Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be turning some more bugs into baddies. So first up is going to be the Boxelder Bug. So I don't know how common this guy is around where you guys are, but I'm in Minnesota and this thing spawns infinitely. So I'm quite familiar with these, you could say. So they're pretty much like an oval shape, and they're mostly black with some dark red lines on there. I think they look kind of cool, if I'm going to be honest. But they're pretty common in both urban and then forest environments too. So they're pretty adaptable. So some of the main features you could say about them, they're called Boxelder bugs because their primary host is the Boxelder tree, where they feed on the seeds and sap. And I think they lay their eggs there as well. And they actually overwinter as adults. So what that means is that they break into your house and just start living there. So the spawn tables are all messed up and they're just living in your house now, essentially. And their bright orange markings serve as warning to predators that they taste bad. And some of the main predators to them is going to be extreme cold temperatures, which is why they live in your house. And then predation by like birds, spiders, and like other insects that are a little bit bigger. And then another one recently is the use of insecticides and other human-led pest control stuff, because they do be annoying. They also are smelly, so not helping their case there. So now that we know a little bit of lore, I say start doing some sketching, eh? Alright guys, this is what we're going to be looking at for a sketch here. So generally kind of what I was thinking for the design was the Chinese dress thing. That's just cool, honestly. Just drippy overall. So that with the compact design of like the actual bug, like I think kind of made sense, you know? And it kind of have like, the bug has like a little collar as well behind the neck, which I feel like fit with this color here. So it's kind of working out. Hairstyle, I was thinking a short, fluffier one would work better. Just because the head's pretty small, so I feel like if I had long hair, it kind of defeats the whole purpose, you know what I mean? And then just adds a little bit of drip here and there, because you gotta make them a baddie, you know? And they do have an aggressive personality, which made me want to have like a more JoJo-esque pose. I don't know. Just kind of worked in my head at the time, so that's kind of what we went with. So, and here's the base colors. Pretty much just black and red. I threw a little bit of gold in there just as like a little bit of an accent, but it wasn't going to be a main color or anything. Just kind of to help break some stuff up. Now, when I felt like it was getting a little blurry, we're going to be rolling with a pretty typical lighting scenario. Strong, warm, top down. We're probably going to have a room light of some kind, but hey, we'll see what we get there. You know what I mean? So I said just hop into some shading. I haven't done one of these dresses in a while, but I've always thought they were really cool. I don't know why, but because you don't really see them that much, especially like because I'm in the Midwest. Oh, that's another reason I chose it too, because this thing's like common in the Midwest, right? And I thought that'd be kind of funny to have like the exact opposite of the Midwest, which is China, because you know, kind of the opposite side of the earth. Yeah, my brain thought it was funny at the time. I think it's not funny now, but it was funny at one time, so I'll roll with it. And I've always been a fan of like the fluffy, I have no idea what you'd call this, like actually no idea, but this hairstyle, it's like above, it's like chin level and really fluffy. I say it works most of the time, pretty much every time I see it. It is a favorite. My nose game's a little messed up, if I'm not gonna lie. That might be a new training arc, actually. I might make a video about that. Just a whole lot of nose practice and kind of how to study that. I have no idea how to study it, so we'd be figuring that out together. So yeah, and I think some fun lore for this character would be that it's like a covert agent trying to break into your house and collect information, because that's what they do in winter, except instead of information, it's mooching off you for warmth. So pretty similar, honestly. Also, like when I was researching this, I don't do a whole lot of research for the bugs, obviously, but when I was doing just a little bit to get the lore section, turns out when they crowd around stuff, it's called sunning, and it's like, I guess I'm assuming it's for warmth, right? But I didn't know how to term, so there you go. I think my ear game's a little weak as well. Like I think they do the job, but I just don't think they have quite that level of detail that they could have, you know? I don't think they always need it in a lot of cases, which is same thing with nose, I think, is like why I don't have that much detail. Because I haven't needed to practice it. Because like it's a pretty rare time where you would need a ton of nose detail, you know what I mean? So I think that's probably it I'll do a tiny bit of a darker color just for in the neck there. And usually with patterns, what I find works better is if you just have like 1 to 2 significantly darker shades. So you don't have like this variation that we have in the skin. It's just the darker stuff. Because then it doesn't get as muddy. I'm not the best at it at the moment, but it's something I realized pretty recently that helps out quite a bit. And then we don't have that many highlights as well. For a similar reason, you can still have that visual clarity, and you don't have to worry too much about losing all the detail that you just spend all that time putting in, you know? Yeah, something like that. So you can add some finer details, and you can actually see them. Because I've also found that stuff like this saves a lot of time as well. So you're not fretting about like, oh, will this color be perfect? Oh no, you know, you just kind of roll with it. There's obviously like, you still have to like pay attention to what color you're using and stuff. Oh, actually, the character could be like part of an organization of spies, because the bugs do like crowd together in in like groups. So yeah, they're in like an organized intelligence agency, snooping into people's homes and collecting all the info possible. So maybe this character is one of the ground ops, and they have like flying ops as well to collect all the info possible. I mean, I don't know if I'd call that good lore, but it's something. All right, now for the gold. So I like to have, you see how I have the shading like at the middle of this stuff? I've been trying that out recently where it's like you have the shadows more randomly spaced out, so you can hopefully have like a shinier look in the end. Moderate success. I wouldn't say completely successful yet, but I'm trying it out a few times, and I think I'll come back in the end and see what goes down after a few more tries. And I do the good old scribble treatment because it just works for some reason. And now some top highlights, baby. We're just gonna be doing a yellow light because if we're getting more complicated with the rim light and stuff, I don't want it to clash with anything too crazy. There we go. I think that just helps add that finishing little touch, you know what I mean? And let's see, do we do black background, a blue gradient, potentially? And then like an orange on the top. I think we have a pretty solid Boxelder Bug baddie. And now, I'm gonna move on to the next one. Alright, so this next bug is actually recommended by you guys. It is the ladybird spider, otherwise known as Oressus sandilatus. Nailed it. So it's typically found in like northern and central Europe, and it's called the ladybird spider because of the coloration of the male. On top of the back color, they also have 4 black dots, and then their legs have like little white stripes on them as well. We got some cool like designs and stuff to work out. It looks like after they lay eggs, the female digests its own body. Which that's something. I mean, I don't know if we're incorporating that into the design, but that's kind of badass. So it looks like in 1993, there's only like 50 of them in Britain because of like habitat loss. But in 2000, over 600 different ones were counted, so it looks like we're doing pretty well. Looks like the British didn't fully kill them, so that's something. That's not too bad. And I'll be pondering a little bit, doing some little Pinterest perusing, and I'll get back to you guys with the sketch. All right, this is gonna be our spider baddie. I think it's looking all right so far. Right, there's a lot going on, as you can tell. But since it's a spider, gotta have the 8 limbs, right? So we got the 3 sets of arms right here, and the way I sorted it out with the base colors here is that the top was just the skin color, the bottom was those middle legs that have the white stripes, and then the third set would be the one with the orange stripes. So I think it looks pretty solid, pretty decent color scheme and stuff going on. There's obviously a lot happening, but I think it's kind of working well together. So I say we just hop into some shading. So I was kind of sticking with the dress theme that we had going on with that last the last drawing. So might as well, you know, just have a dress because they both do, right? Different styles of dresses, obviously, but you know, a dress do be a dress still. So I'll take what I can get. And since the last one was a little bit more serious, I kind of want to have a more lighthearted, like happy one. And I've been working on my expressions in that way too. So I think it looks all right. I wouldn't say good. Good's a strong word, but I think all right's fits the description pretty well. So my wrist is not too happy with this drawing. The arms and stuff, I would say it damaged some life points that I had. So I don't think I've drawn like a character with 4 sets of or 3 sets of arms before. Typically I stay with like more humanoid stuff, but these challenges have been kind of getting me out of my comfort zone, which is kind of nice because I can feel the experience building, becoming slightly less shit at drawing. I think this one's gonna be a little bit of a speed run, I say. Yeah, because I typically only draw like humanoid characters, which I guess this is a humanoid, but you know what I mean, where it's like more normal humans, not a monster-esque character. So I think it's kind of fun. I don't know if I'll do it that much more often, like outside of a challenge sense. I think when it makes sense with like the context, I'm guessing. So, because I've always been more interested in like the fashion design aspect, not necessarily the different aspects of like the human itself, you know what I mean? So it's like I care more about like hairstyle and clothing and stuff, not like if they're a lizard man or something. So nothing against if you do, it's just not me essentially. And that is excluding cat girls and stuff because that is the universal truth. Yeah, and I try to have these like little details around kind of, I know they're not webs, but I kind of wanted to have it like simulate that effect. Where there's a lot of stuff going on because you know it do be a spider still, so have to pay some homage to that. Do the subsurface scattering real quick, and we can move on to something else. Probably hair, I'd say. If I were to be a guessing guy, a guessing man, I honestly think, you know, this is pretty simple shading, but I honestly think this is all we need. At the moment, we're going to go at the end, obviously, and add some finishing touches and stuff, but at the moment, I think I'm going to add just a little bit of extra little something here and here. There we go. And now we move on. I think highlights is going to be the thing that really brings this whole thing together, because there are so many like little details and stuff, just a lot of stuff going on, you know? Adding 2 more sets of arms complicates things, apparently. You know, who'd have thought? For this character, I'm thinking maybe it's like the queen of like a spider colony potentially. and they're at like a ball, I would say, or like a party of some kind. Could even be like a concert and she's clapping because she really liked the performance or something like that. I think that would make sense. And she's more like the kind ruler, not necessarily like the iron-fisted ruler, which is probably the previous drawing. You could say more the mommy type, less the baddie type. So I've been experimenting recently with like being more bold with the color choices in the reflections and stuff like that. Because I mean, really, there's like no consequences because it's digital. So even if something goes horribly wrong, which usually it does. So if we're being honest. If you're watching this far, that means you like something about the video. So if you want to hit the like button, subscribe, and then comment what you're thinking about it, greatly appreciated. So I'm thinking, I don't know if I want this entire white area to be a reflection. Let's see, so I can just kind of throw it in here and see what we're thinking. I think, yeah, the insides should. Maybe not this outside area, but I think these should be some form of it. See, I'm going to add a little bit of lighter shades here in the hair. Just as like a little variation. Nothing too scientific about this. Just literally scribbling everywhere. Kind of wherever I think highlights are going to be is where I'm scribbling. You know, I say we're ready for some highlights now, to be honest. This last little bit's kind of going pretty quick, so that's nice. Because my wrist is wanting to give up on life at the moment, so let's... Cheeky speedrun never hurt anyone. Unless your name is drawing quality, then it's the first thing you heard. Okay, now it's time to do a cheeky little background. And for background, I'm thinking teal would work pretty well. Pretty light color. I kind of like this little, having the extra space on the sides. That ain't bad. And we just sign her in orange, and we are good. I typically like to sign in like a complementary color. Throw her in a place that is really annoying to get rid of, because it is your art, so be proud of it and sign in the middle of the fucking thing, okay? Because you don't want somebody to yoink it. I mean, just gotta be proud of the stuff you make. I mean, you don't have to post it necessarily, but yeah, I just find posting drawings is a really good way to like catalog your progress and stuff, you know. But here's the two baddies here. I think they turned out pretty well. So if you got any comments, questions, anything, throw them in the comments down below. I'll be happy to hear them and respond to them. But that's all I got, so see ya.